Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing an updated drugstore makeup starter kit for beginners. I have actually done a makeup starter kit in the past, but I also threw in some high-end products or just things that you can't really buy at the drugstore, as well as some other drugstore products, but this time it's all drugstore, so I hope that you guys enjoy it and let's get right into it. So I'm going to start out with face primers because that is a pretty essential part in anybody's makeup routine. I actually have two different ones to show you guys because there are different skin types and you want different primers for different skin types. So I have quite dry skin and I like to go with a hydrating or luminizing primer. So I have the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. This I don't think has silicone in it, and silicone is what actually fills in pores but can also look cakey on people who have dry skin. So this is just a little bit more hydrating and just provides a base for your foundation or tinted moisturizer that you might be using. For my more oily or normal skin types, you can use a silicone based primer, and this one is the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Magic Perfecting Base, and this one just basically fills in any large pores or any uneven skin texture on your face. But if you do have dry skin, like I said, the silicone primers will actually collect on your dry patches and make it look even more emphasized, which you don't want. So if you do have dry skin, then it's much better to go with a hydrating skin primer. Before I go any further, I just want to say that there are tons of different products out there. These are just the ones that I have and that I have used in the past, and I just really like these products, but obviously everyone has different skin types, and starting a makeup kit is also about testing out different products and find what works on your skin. That's why finding drugstore products is probably the best for if you are just starting to wear makeup, because you won't be spending a ton of money on products that might not work for you. But moving on to concealers, I have two here. One is by NYX. This is the Dark Circle Concealer, which I think is great because this is something that you only need to use a tiny bit of, and it's great for canceling out any blue or violet tones in your skin, and I just threw it over here. And the other concealer that I have is the L'Oreal The Touch Magic True Match Anti-Fatigue Illuminating Concealer, and this you only want to use underneath your eyes because it is illuminating. You don't want to illuminate or draw any more attention to any blemishes, so if you get a concealer like this, make sure that you're only using it underneath your eye area. And I like to do it in sort of like a triangle shape, which I'm sure you guys have heard if you watch YouTube videos. Pretty much everybody does it. It's just quite flattering on most people. I like to use this over top of the NYX Dark Circle Corrector because it also just highlights underneath, and it looks like you're not wearing a ton of concealer and it doesn't get all cakey. And I also want to say that I'm wearing every single thing that I'm mentioning in this video today so that you guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So moving on to foundation or tinted moisturizer, I have one by Covergirl. This is my favorite drugstore foundation of all time pretty much. This is the very first foundation I ever started using when I started wearing makeup. It's the Clean Sensitive Skin formula because this one doesn't have any fragrance, and I am quite sensitive to fragranced products, not just on my skin but also to my nose because I don't like it. It usually gives me a headache, but this one is amazing. It has light to medium coverage, but you can build it up to get more coverage if you need to. And the other product I have is the NYX BB Cream. You can also use a tinted moisturizer, but I do really like this one because their color ranges are quite neutral, so you won't have a really hard time deciding what color will match you. And this one is basically just a lightweight product that will just even out your skin tone, and you can build it up, but this again is just for people who don't have very problematic skin, so you don't need a lot of coverage. And that's another thing, most people when they start to wear makeup, they feel like they have to get a foundation, which isn't true. So you can go with a BB cream if you want, and I just really like the NYX BB cream lines, and the one that I'm usually in is the color Golden, if that helps you out. Now moving on to face powders, I just have one to show you guys because I have found that it has worked for pretty much everybody, and I think I did mention this in my first makeup starter kit, and that is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. This is pretty much like the best drugstore powder I've ever tried. This is basically just a setting powder for your foundation or tinted moisturizer. I do like the ones that have a little bit of color, so if you are using a tinted moisturizer, it does give you that extra tiny little bit of coverage that you might need. It also doesn't look cakey on dry skin, which I love, and I like to actually use it with my beauty blender, and I will just dip the beauty blender into it and then just like dab it onto my face, and that also helps it from staying dry looking, and it just kind of presses everything together and holds it on my face forever. Well, maybe not forever, but a long time. For bronzers, I have one product to show you guys, and I actually just got this yesterday, but I love it so much already. This is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is the bronze color, so it's for lighter skin. And I find that most products that are made for blondes are more neutral, so you also don't have a hard time deciding if it looks weird on your skin tone or something. And this is 01 natural, or for blondes, and this is a completely matte bronzing powder that is super neutral. It's not like any red tones or too yellow. It's just like the perfect matte brown for your face. I am wearing it slightly on my cheeks today and a little bit on my temples, and this is more to warm up your skin, and you can use it as a contouring powder, and this is why I suggest a matte bronzer, because you can use it as a contour. You don't want to be using shimmery bronzers as contours because that completely defeats the purpose. But if you do want to just warm up your skin a little bit, this one is amazing. For blush, I have one by Milani, and this is one of their baked blushes. This is in the color Rose d'Oro. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but it looks like this. Most of their blushes are, or all of them I'm pretty sure, are shimmery, and I recommend shimmery blushes for young girls or in like a rosy kind of natural tone, because if you use all matte products all the time, you can look older and kind of washed out sometimes. So I always like to suggest using something shimmery for a beginner because it looks flattering and fresh and young. So this is one of my favorites. I'm wearing it today, like I said earlier. This is so pretty and it's flattering on almost every skin tone. This color specifically is, but they have a bunch of different ones to choose from. I also really love the NYX blushes, but this is just one that I think is great for beginners and it's really affordable. For eyebrows, I have one product to show you guys because it kind of just has everything in one little package, and this is the NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder, and these ones are so cool because it comes with two different shades, a wax for your eyebrows and then also a brush and a spoolie, so you literally have everything in this. So I think it's great for beginners. Not everybody has to fill in their eyebrows when they're young, but if you do have super thin eyebrows or really light eyebrows, this is awesome. For the eyes, I have a few different products to show you guys, and the first is the e.l.f. Eyelid Primer, and I love this eyelid primer. It is so affordable. I think it's only $1 or $2 at Target, and I really like this for everyday light makeup because you don't need anything super heavy and sticky to keep on just like basic eye makeup. So that's why I like this, and it does help prevent your eyeshadow from creasing, and it just stays on all day, and this is pretty self-explanatory. For eyeshadow, I always recommend an eyeshadow palette for beginners because you only need to go to one little thing to use different eyeshadows, and this is the NYX Love in Paris palette in the color Madeleines and Macaroons, and I chose this one to go in this video because it's mostly matte eyeshadows, but it does have a few different shimmery ones that you can use on your lid, but I especially love it because they have the mid-tone browns and the dark brown that you can use in your crease and as an eyeliner, because you don't have to just use an eyeliner pencil or a thick like dark black felt or liquid eyeliner. But that's what I like about this because it is so versatile and it has a bunch of different shades, and they do have different palettes like these from NYX in different colors and darker colors for darker skin tones, but I find that this is pretty good for most people. For mascara, I have the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Cat Eyes Mascara. This is my all-time favorite drugstore mascara, and I'm pretty sure it's only about $6 or $7 at the drugstore, and I really love this one. I'm wearing it today, and this is basically like a lengthening and volumizing mascara, and it's supposed to make the outer corners more fluttery and long, which I think it just kind of does that all over, so I love this one. For lip products, I have one by NYX Cosmetics, which is the Butter Lipstick, and they have so many different types. I am wearing this one on my lips right now, and this one is called Sugar Wafer, and they have a ton of different colors. This one isn't for everybody, but this is just one of my favorites. It's not the perfect color for everybody, but this is just one of them from the range, and they have so many to choose from, and they have fun colors as well as just natural colors that pretty much suit everybody. They have something in their line that would be good for everyone, and that's why I chose this one. So that is all of my drugstore products to show you guys. I think that this would make a really great starter kit for beginners, especially if you are looking to spend a little bit less money. I did try to throw in a different variety of brands from the drugstore so that you guys can check out different things. But of course, these aren't going to work for everybody, but I just wanted to show them as suggestions to help you guys get started, and you can kind of just figure out what works for you as you start to venture into the makeup world. But I do hope that this video did help you out, and please give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and comment below if you have any other suggestions so that people can look there and see if maybe something else would work for them too, because I'm sure everybody has tons of different products that they like. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!